How's it going, everybody? If you are in commercial real estate and looking to acquire your first commercial property, or maybe you are already a real estate investor or developer and looking for a quick refresher on what type of insurance coverages you should be looking into for your property, then this video is for you. Insurance is obviously going to be a very important part of protecting this investment that you're going to be making. So today I wanted to go over what types of insurance coverages you should be looking into for your property, and maybe those that you might even be required to have in place. Thank you for stopping by. My name is Brian. I'm an independent insurance agent based here in the state of Michigan, Metro Detroit specifically, and I work with businesses on their commercial insurance programs, as well as helping families and individuals with their personal insurance, their home, their auto insurance as well. My goal with this channel is to pass on a little bit of educational information to you so that you can make more informed decisions around your insurance, and then overall help answer any questions that you might have. So let's get into it. And before we get too far into the video, I do want to invite you to subscribe to the channel. And if you find this video helpful, useful, anything like that, please feel free to like, share, pass it along with anyone else as well. So the first and obviously most essential coverage is going to be your commercial property insurance. This will cover the actual building itself. And it is very important that this amount is based on the replacement cost value of the building and not the market value. The replacement cost is based on what it would take to completely rebuild the building from the ground up. And when the insurance company calculates this amount, it's going to be based on things like the year built of the building, the construction type, the square footage, how many stories it is, and then other factors as well. And then based on those numbers, the insurance company determines what they anticipate the materials, construction costs, labor, everything of that nature to cost to, again, rebuild the property. Now, if you are purchasing multiple properties, or maybe you already own a property or two and are looking to add one to your portfolio, or maybe the location you're buying has multiple buildings on one site, it can be worth looking into what is called blanket coverage. Blanket coverage allows you to combine multiple locations, multiple buildings under one larger coverage limit, which can give you a bit more flexibility if one large loss happens at maybe one location. And now, if you are going to be doing any major construction, such as maybe even with a ground up development, or maybe any major renovations or build outs, you or the general contractor you're using will need what is called builder's risk insurance. And builder's risk insurance is a type of property insurance that covers the building and the materials while it is under construction, which is going to be different from standard commercial property insurance, which will only apply when the building's complete and in use. The next coverage you're most likely going to be looking into is general liability insurance. And this protects your business from third-party claims related to bodily injury or property damage. So think about somebody getting hurt, such as with maybe a slip and fall incident, and then there's a lawsuit that follows. These types of incidents can be extremely expensive for business owners, so having general liability insurance in place is going to be extremely important. And then another coverage that nearly every property owner is going to be looking into is what is called business income coverage, or also sometimes referred to as loss of rents coverage. And this replaces potential lost rental income, or if you are going to have an owner-occupied building, the lost business income if there is a covered claim, a covered loss, and the property can't be used. And now, for the most part, those are going to be the basic insurance coverages that nearly every commercial property owner will be looking into. But then there are going to be more situation-specific coverages that you should be considering as well, again, depending on the property that you're buying. One of these coverages could be flood insurance. A standard commercial property policy will not automatically include flood coverage. So if your building is in a high-risk flood area, sometimes even the lender will require that you carry this coverage. Depending on the insurance company that you're working with, sometimes this can be included on the commercial property policy, or you may need to purchase a complete separate flood policy. Other optional coverages that could be looking into are ordinance or law coverage. If you are buying an older building, this is definitely worth considering, and this coverage helps with the extra cost of bringing a building up to code after a loss. And then there's also equipment breakdown coverage, and this protects against sudden mechanical or electrical failures related to things like your HVAC system. And then a policy worth considering for nearly every business owner out there is going to be umbrella liability insurance. And this would provide additional liability coverage over your general liability insurance. And depending on your business, if you also have vehicles and have a commercial auto policy and employees with workers' comp insurance, it will also provide additional liability coverage over those policies as well. And then last, if you are purchasing the building in a partnership, or maybe you are taking outside investor money for the project, certain coverages like directors and officers insurance or real estate professional liability and errors and omissions insurance are worth considering. These can help protect both your personal assets and then the decisions you make on behalf of the business. So not every owner will need those coverages, but depending on your situation, it could be worth looking into. And then one important thing that I do want to note with all of this is that the lender you're working with will oftentimes have minimum insurance requirements that they do need you to meet in order to get the financing you need. Every deal and every situation is going to be different, but you do want to make sure that you are in compliance there as well and help coordinate between your insurance and your financial institution. Overall, with all this, obviously, as I mentioned, every situation is going to be different, but for the most part, these are going to be the main coverages that a lot of people are going to be looking at when they are looking to purchase their first property or maybe add to their portfolio. And the right mix of coverages is obviously going to depend on each property and then what your specific needs look like. So thank you for watching, and if you are looking for help with your commercial insurance or insurance in general, I would love the opportunity to work with you and see if our team can help. There are a lot of ways to get a hold of me, and they should all be in the description below. Please feel free to text, call, email, fill out a contact form, whatever's easiest. And if you have any other questions about insurance, please feel free to reach out directly or leave them in the comments below. I would love to help answer those as well. So thank you again.